Hello there, I'm Kim from wpwithwitzy.com. In this video, we'll learn how to create an HTTPS WordPress website using Futurio free WordPress theme and Elementor plugin to have cool trending effect on your website front page. In the end of this video, you'll be able to set up an HTTPS website that has a self-typing text effect on the top sections of your WordPress website. Then you'll also have the clean what we do sections on your front page. Next, you'll have a sections that has a background and a call to action button. Then you'll also have the animated counter numbers on your homepage as well. We'll also introduce people behind your project to your website visitors. And we'll have sections. In this case, I use these sections to show my sponsors with the images that you can link these images to their websites. Lastly, we'll have our Google Map or contact information on your homepage as well. Furthermore, our website will be responsive on smaller media devices. Let's get started. So the very first step that we want to do is getting a domain name. So what is a domain name? A domain name is a website address that when people type on their browser, they'll find your website or your web page. So in my case, I have wpwithwitzy.com and people can find me on this domain. So we cannot build a website without a domain name. So let's get our domain name. Type on your browser wpwithwitzy.com and /domain without s. Then hit your return or enter key. And this will bring you to Namecheap website. And by using this recommended link, I will get small commission, maybe $1. And I'll really appreciate this if you do, but you do not have to. Why I recommend Namecheap? Because in Namecheap, they provide you with the free domain protection. And I personally think that domain protection is very important. You can do research yourself on Google, for example. There are actually robots or web crawlers that harvest your email addresses or any other private information that are built or configured to collect any information behind a domain name. Once your email address or any other physical private information are not protected, there is no coming back. And this is more important if, for example, you build websites for your clients. Right here, you want to sign up or sign in if you have already an account. So I already have one, so I'm going to log in. Then let's type in our domain name in this input search box. If you cannot see the search box, you can always find it under domains and domain name search. Worth knowing before we choose any domains. Rules number 1, no copyrighted domains. Apple, Microsoft, WordPress, and many others are copyrighted domains. Choose .com if it's possible. Third, it is optional. Put your brand or your name or your website topic on your domain name. And try to avoid long domain names because those are hard to remember. Then click on search. When the domain is available, you can now add to cart. If not, then modify again your domain name. Review your cart once again and finishing the purchasing process. In the purchasing process, you may also want to look either you want to auto-renew or disable auto-renew of your domain registration. You'll also see that Whois cart protection will be attached to your domain free forever as long as your domain is hosted here. Then finalize your purchase. Once you finish your purchasing process, you'll find your domain on your dashboard. You can find your dashboard under the account menu or under your username menu. In your dashboard, you should see your new purchased domain. You can also find all of your domain in the domain list in the left sidebar menu. So say now kimwp.com is my newly purchased domain. It shows an active status. I want to disable the auto-renew and I know the expiration date. Right here you can toggle the auto-renew feature on and off. There is also a manage button to manage this domain. Now that we have our domain name, the next thing that we want to do is getting a web host. This web host will actually store your WordPress website files. So on our browser, type on HostGator.com and hit enter key. I recommend HostGator for this video because not only that I'm using them myself, but they're also currently offering the free SSL certificate for your HTTPS page. And they are also the most affordable web host that I can find so far in terms of the renewal price. I agree with their cookies preference for now. Then we'll go to web hosting. Scroll down, we'll choose the baby plan because the Hatchling plan only support a single domain and will use the older PHP version. With baby plan, the newer PHP version will be applied immediately. So let's choose on Buy Now Baby Plan. We'll choose I already own this domain and type in your domain name. Then we'll scroll down in the Choose a Hosting Plan. For the package type, we'll choose Baby Plan, and the billing cycle, the more year you will get, the cheaper cost you will get. And that is because in every web host, renewal price is more expensive than the first sign-up price. So focus on the renewal price. So I'll choose 1 year for now. Type in your username and the security PIN and write it down somewhere. Then scroll down. For the enter your billing info, type in your valid billing information, especially your email addresses. The payment type, I'll choose PayPal. For the additional services, I want to uncheck all of them. Review them once again if you have unchecked all of them. Then let's scroll down, review our order details once again. For 1 year baby plan, you'll get around this price. But if you type in this coupon code, so 1 cent WP host, this coupon code will give you even more discount. Let's validate. And let's see the price. So about $61 for 1 year. If you just want to try out, scroll up once again and go to the hosting plan and we'll choose baby billing cycle 1 month. Then let's scroll down, check the price, and you just have to pay 1 cent. But once again, please beware about the renewal price. So for me, optimally, I'm just going to choose again 12 months and I'll scroll down again to see the cost. For more affordable renewal price, being able to host multiple domains and free SSL certificate, I'll choose this plan with this price. Let's scroll down and read these terms of services and cancellation policy and any other policies page here. Once you do that, click check button and hit checkout now button. So after going the payment process, HostGator will build our account. If somehow you are not getting redirected, you can click this link to be redirected to your home account. So we'll come to the customer portal. You may also see this pop-up. Just click on Done It Before and hit on Continue button. So while our order is being provisioned, so now let's click on the Home button and that will bring us to the Home Customer portal from HostGator. So more and less like this. Also, once you sign up to HostGator, you will also receive some emails from them. So let's check our email account, and I use Gmail account, so I'm going to log into my Gmail account. So because I'm not a new user of HostGator, therefore I just received 2 emails. So my payment confirmation notification and my account info. However, if you are new to HostGator, you will also receive email that says thank you for choosing HostGator, and in that email you'll see the HostGator billing portal and the login name, which is your email address and your password. For the cPanel info, you'll find it in the email that says your account info. There it is. So let's open this email. So once again, HostGator billing portal is not the same with your hosting info. So your billing portal is the email that we've seen earlier, and this information, however, is your hosting account info. So Hatchling plan And we have the control panel URL, username, and the domain name and password, and so forth. Other than having our control panel URL in our email, we also have the same information in our HostGator billing account. So let's go there. So in our home of customer portal, we also see the link to launch cPanel here under the control cPanel sections. Or we can also go to the hosting to see hosting package or hosting plan. And we should see the cPanel link as well. So back to our account info email inbox or our cPanel info in our email. Now we want to go to Namecheap, so let's open Namecheap on our browser and to our account, dashboard, and then look for our domain name that we've just registered in the first step, and our domain name, which is this, and then I'm going to click on Manage. And scroll down, and we should see nameservers and custom DNS. So in the drop-down menu, you're going to choose on custom DNS, and then we'll check the email from HostGator that says your account info, and we'll copy the first and second name servers to our domain name servers. So let's do this. So that was our first name server. Now we'll copy the second name server as well. And once we're done, click on Check or Save button. The DNS server update may now take up to 48 hours to take effect, but usually it won't be that long. So now that we've pointed our domain names to our web host, we go back to our email inbox. So let's close this page. And then in new tab, we're going to log into our control panel now. So here is the link. We're going to be able to right click and then open link in a new tab. And this will enable us to log into our cPanel, and our username is this and our password is this. So this is your HostGator cPanel when you open it for the first time. I'm just going to click away all the offers here. So what we can do is go to Files on the left side of our cPanel menu. And this will bring us to the Files sections, and we want to go to File Manager. Go there. Here we're going to go to Settings, so click on the Geo Settings icon on the top. Then we want to go to Web Root, public_HTML or www, and then click on Save button. Let's reload our File Manager again. So now we see what is inside our public_HTML, where we can build our website with our domain name. So what we need to do is we're going to delete all of this. So select all and then click on delete button on the top. And yes, I want to skip the trash and permanently delete the files. Confirm. So now we are going to download WordPress. Open link in a new tab and then download WordPress. Going to search that in your browser, and there it is, download WordPress. For now, let's click on Download WordPress button. So when it's done, you're going to take a look where your download files are, and I always download my files on desktop, so there it is, the WordPress 5.0.zip when this video was recorded. So the next step is we want to upload this file, which is now in our computer, to our web host. To do that, make sure that you are inside public_HTML folder, and then here we're going to click on Upload button on the top. Then click on Select File, navigate to your download folder where your WordPress.zip file is located. Select that .zip file from WordPress and then click on Open. So when it says 100% complete, going to click on Go back to the public_HTML, and there it is, you see the downloaded WordPress.zip file. Let's close that And right here, we're going to extract this file. So select that file, click on Extract button. Make sure that this is inside the public_HTML. Click on Extract Files. So when it's done, click on Close, and you will see WordPress folder. If you do not see this, click on Reload button. Then we're going to delete this .zip file. Select that file, click on Delete button, and we want to keep it on the trash. Click on Confirm. And then double-click this WordPress folder. Going to select all of these folders and file. Click on Move button, and delete this WordPress directory, and then Move file. Up one level. Now our WordPress files are moved to our public_HTML, and we're going to delete this WordPress folder. Because if we do not move that, then you're going to have the kimwp.com, so your domain name, and then WordPress directory on the top. That's why we're going to move everything, every WordPress files and folders from this directory, and we're going to have this WordPress inside this directory. So we're going to access WordPress from here and not from WordPress, not from something like that. So we're going to delete this. Because WordPress needs files and database, therefore we now have to create a database for these files. So let's go back again to our cPanel home, and then here on the database, just click on that, and then we should see MySQL databases. We click that. Then I'll create my database here. So we're going to copy the name of the database, which is between the double quotes. Copy this and then paste it in our text editor. So DB name from database name, and we'll paste it here because we'll need later on. Then click on Go Back button. So we're going to create a new user for MySQL users. So I'm just going to type in my username. And then the password, we're going to use the password generator because it's very important to install. However, if we forget it, we can always change it from here. So password generator. Click on Advanced Options, and then we're going to type in the length, 18 length, and generate password. And then copy this. Then let's open our text editor. Hit enter one time. Type on dbuserpass for dbuser password, and paste this in. Then I'm going to add my own characters. And this is our user password. And then close it. So we're going to paste that in here. So now we have combination between the generated password and our own characters. And this makes the strength indicator shows very strong, which is very good. And then click on Create User. So now we have a username for our database. Open our text editor again. So below the DB name, hit enter one time, type in DB username from database username, and paste our username here. So now that we've created our username, we need to give this username privileges. So we're going to click on Go Back. Then we're going to scroll down until we see Add User to Database Sections. And select the user that you've just created. Mine, I just have one. So I'm just going to select this one and only user to this only database. So if you have many databases, then select on the drop-down button accordingly. Click on Add button. And make sure that this user is correct to the correct database. Then we're going to click on All Privileges checkbox. Make sure all selected. Click on Make Changes. So now that we have already our database set up and we had our files uploaded to our web server, the next step is, of course, we're going to install WordPress. So open a new tab on your browser and type in your domain name. So I'll type kimwb.com and hit enter on your browser, and you should see Setup Configuration Installation page. Choose your preferred language, and once you're done, click on Continue. Now we have all of this data, and click on Let's Go. Now open your text editor where you save or where you type in your database name and other stuff. And for the database name, this is it. Going to copy this and paste this in here. And in HostGator sharing plan, the database host should be localhost. And then the table prefix, and this is the benefit when you install WordPress manually, because you can increase your database security shield by altering this table prefix that is by default only WP and underscore. So for my table prefix, I would like to have some characters and underscore, another numbers and characters, and underscore again. Then click on Submit button. Now we can click on Run the installation button. So welcome. So for my site title, I would like to type in a short title for my site topic, then my username. For your username, consider something that is not really easy to guess. And for the password, this password we'll use every time we want to log into our WordPress dashboard, so we want to remember this. And we also want the password strength indicator to be strong. Then enter our email address. And for the search engine visibility, because I'm going to build this website for the first time, I want to discourage search engines from indexing this site while I'm still building this website. Then let's click on Install WordPress. So well done, we've successfully installed WordPress. Let's log in. Use our username and password. So there it is. We've successfully installed WordPress 5.0 using 2019 theme in HostGator. We also can see WordPress icon on the top, hover that, and then click on About WordPress. So now that we've successfully installed WordPress and able to log into our dashboard, we are of course curious seeing our front end of our website. So to go to our front end of our website, we're going to hover our site name and then drag and drop visit site link into our new tab, and we should see our website front end. There it is, our clean WordPress website. Now the next step is we want to install our SSL certificate to have the HTTPS page, because now our site is still showing not secure. So I really recommend you to convert your site to HTTPS straight directly after you install WordPress, so that you can avoid using plugin for redirections. Too much redirections can really tremendously slow down your site later on. So to do that, we go back to our cPanel in HostGator again and click on website link to go to the cPanel home. And in the search box, we're going to type in SSL and then hit your enter key. So we're going to scroll it down and see the SSL certificate link. Let's click that. Then let's click on Return to SSL Certificates. So there is our free Let's Encrypt SSL certificate is already active in our SSL certificates page. And it also has the expiration date, and make sure that you want to set this to auto renew. And now we are ready to set up our WordPress website using HTTPS. This SSL certificate should be automatically activated in your hosting package. And if it does not show the active status, then you may want to contact HostGator support team by clicking on the chat button on the top. The next thing that we want to do, we're going to convert our WordPress website to have HTTPS URLs. In order to do that, we go to our admin dashboard, settings, there it is, and general. Click that. And right here in the WordPress URLs and site address URL, we're going to add this both URL with HTTPS. So HTTPS, and the next thing as well, HTTPS. And once we've done it, we're going to click on Save Changes. However, we must know that after we click the Save Changes button, we will be logged out and we will be able to log in again. So let's click on Save Changes button. So now we are logged out and prompt to enter our username and password once again. However, we are now having the HTTPS secure connection. So let's log in. There it is, our both URLs to have the HTTPS versions of our website, and so is the URL on the top. So now let's refresh the front end of our website. So we need to type in the HTTPS on the top. So HTTPS : 2 our domain name. Hit enter. And we are accessing our front end of our website using HTTPS as well. So now that we've converted our WordPress website to have HTTPS versions, we still do have a homework. So let me show you this. If we go to our browser, in this case a new tab, I'm going to type in my domain name without the S version, so HTTP, and hit enter. I am landed on a not secure connected versions of my website. And this should not be happening, because it is always recommended that one website is only accessible only with one address. And we've chosen one address that has HTTPS. And thankfully, HostGator has a good resources. So one of them is redirecting the HTTP versions to HTTPS. We need to copy this to our .htaccess file. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy all of this code thing, copy this, and then we go to our htaccess, which in our file manager, and inside the public_html, locate the .htaccess file, right click, and click on edit. Edit. So here, do not worry about this bunch of codes. It is not too bad. So here we're going to paste that code in, and then as you can see, the green color is like a comment, so that you know what kind of code that is, and this is to redirect to HTTPS only. And this URL, we need to change it accordingly to our own URL, which is kimwp.com in this case. So we do not use the www, sorry, we just use kimwp.com. So you need to change it accordingly with your website address. Once we are done, click on Save Changes button. Then let's go to our homepage again now, and we want to test it. So type in HTTP and : 2 kimwp.com and hit enter, and we will see what we will get. And as you can see, we are redirected to the HTTPS version. So we cannot access the HTTP versions even though we type that address on our URL. Hi there. In the last lesson, we've already converted our HTTP website to HTTPS WordPress website. In this lesson, we are going to change our public login username that is at the moment displayed on our front end of our website. So to change our public display username, hover on the top corner of your screen while we are logged in as an admin on our website, and then we're going to select on Edit My Profile link. Right here, you have the ability to change some options, but for now, we want to change our public display name. So let's scroll down, And then in the name sections, I'll type my first and last name and nickname. And then in the display name publicly as, I'll choose my first and last name. So from now on, our login username will not be displayed on the front end as we seen a few seconds ago. Once we're done changing settings here, we're going to click on Update Profile button. Next, we want to delete all of the default posts. So we hover on Post and select on All Posts. So hover on the Hello World post and choose on Red Trash Link. Now one post is already moved to the trash. So if we go to the trash, we see our Hello World post. Now you have two choices here. You can delete permanently or click on Restore Link to restore this post. For now, I'll just leave this Hello World post in the trash. So if we go to the All tab on the post, we do not have any post at the moment. Then we want to see all of our pages. So let's hover on Pages and select on All Pages. Right here, we are going to just delete the sample page. So hover on sample page and then click on Trash button. Same with your post trash. In the page trash, you can also see your deleted pages. You can also restore or delete them permanently. So let's go back to All Pages page. By default, WordPress gives you a page that is not yet published, and that is a privacy policy page. For now, we do not need to touch this page. However, it's good to know that we have also a privacy policy page. So the next thing that we want to do is hover on Appearance and select on Themes. Right here, we want to delete the themes that we don't use except of the default WordPress theme. We can choose one of them, and for now, I'll choose the 2019. So I'm going to delete the other two. First, 2017, so click on Theme Details and select on Delete button. Click on OK button to confirm. Then we'll do the same step with the 2016 theme. Alright, so now we have the 2019 as our default theme. Then we want to go to our website settings, so let's hover on Settings and choose on General. Then I'll change my site title to be a short title of my website, and then type in the tagline or short descriptions of my website quickly. You can change the administrator email address if you like to, and I do not want anyone to register to this website. Next, we want to change the time zone as our time zone. So select your time zone in the drop-down menu, or while the drop-down menu is active, type in your location. For example, my time zone is in Berlin, so I'll type Berlin and Berlin will show up. Once we are done with our general settings, click on Save Changes button. For the next step, we want to go to Reading. So let's click on Reading. Right here, we want to choose on Summary for each article in a feed to show only summary and not full text of our post. Then click on Save Changes button. The last setting that we want to go is permalinks. So let's click on Permalinks. And then we'll choose on Post Name. Once we've done that, click on Save Changes. Hey there, welcome back. In the last lesson, we've learned how to change some crucial settings of our WordPress website. In this lesson, we're going to install our new theme. So if we go to our front end of our website, so let's visit our website on the front end, we'll see nothing here because we've just deleted our default pages and posts. So let me close my tab first. And from the front end of our website, while we are logged in as an admin, we can switch back and forth to our dashboard. So let's go to our dashboard, hover on our site title, and we'll choose on Dashboard. To install a new theme, hover on Appearance and select on Themes. Right now, we still have one and only theme, 2019 theme. The next thing that we want to do is we're going to add a new theme. So click on the Add New button on the top. And then in the Search Themes input box, we'll type in Futurio. There it is. So a good practice before we actually install or activate a new theme, we need to preview this. So let's click on Preview button. So in the theme preview, we'll see the appearance of the archive post or blog post. But because we know that we want to use this theme that will look like on the screenshot more and less, then we're going to click on Install button on the top. The theme is installed. Now we can click on Activate button. Futurio theme is installed and activated. So let's click on Get Started with Futurio. Then we'll also want to install and activate the extra plugin. Then we're going to click on Install button. Then let's click on Activate button to activate the plugin. So once we've done that, now we can install demos of the theme. So scroll down and we want to use the free demo, which is called Default. If we click on the live preview, then we're going to be able to see the default demo website. So let's go back to our website to configure our own site using this default demo. So click on this default thumbnail and we'll import the default demo site. So we're going to install the additional plugin, which is Elementor plugin, and then click on Go to the next step button and click on Install this demo. The demo is successfully imported, so let's hover on this See the Result link and right-click, choose Open Link in a new tab to see the result or our website front end. So there it is. So the exact layout of the default demo theme that we've seen just now in our own website. So let me quickly close all the tabs that we do not use for now. Now we are going to start working with our theme customizer. So let's click on Customize button on the top to open the theme customizer. Now we will start working with our theme customizer. Hi there, welcome back with me. Thank you so much for still being here with me. So in the Futurio theme customizer, we do have many options, but we will not go one by one for these options because I believe these options are self-explanatory, so you can explore them one by one if you have time. We'll just go to the important options of this theme customizer. So let's go to colors and typography. Then we'll go to content. For the site font, we'll change Oswald font family to the standard fonts sans serif. We leave other settings as they are and we'll move on to the titles and we'll change the font family to serif and see how it looks like. And I think sans serif is better, so let's switch to sans serif. We leave the variant as it is. So let's save these changes by clicking on the gear icon of the customizer and we'll choose the Save Draft Actions and click on the Save Draft button on the customizer. Once it's saved, let's click on the gear icon again to close the Actions window. Then we go back to Colors and Typography, and after Content, we'll edit the blog and archive. However, our front end is now not showing our archive. To go to archive, let's click on the News tab on the menu bar and we'll see our archive page. So the list of our new blog post. For the titles, we want to change the font family to sans serif, and now we have the readable archive title. We'll leave the rest settings as they are, and for the excerpt, we'll change the font family to sans serif as well. For the variant, we'll choose regular. We'll leave the other settings as they are as well. So let's save these settings by clicking on the Save Draft button. Then let's go back to Colors and Typography and move on to the Post and Pages. In order to be able to see our changes in our post and pages, we need to go to the single post page. So let's click on the one of our post title on this archive page to see the single post. So this is our single post page and we want to change the font family. For the titles, we'll choose the font family to have the sans serif. And then for the content, we'll choose sans serif as well for the font family. I'll also define the variant of the content to be regular. Now, of course, you can play around with the other settings as you prefer, but for now, let's click on the Save Draft button. Let's go back again to the Customizer, Colors and Typography. Then we'll move on to the top bar, and that is our top bar. For the top bar font, we'll choose the font family to be sans serif once again, and this is the desktop view. You can see it on our Customizer controls. So this is how our website will look like in the desktop view. So due to this screencast, what you see right now is actually smaller than 700 pixel screen resolutions. However, if I hide the controls, we'll see the bigger resolutions for most desktops, and you will see that our top bar will have nice line up text. So let's unhide our controls again and move on from the desktop to tablet view. And now we can see that our top bar text does not really line up nicely. So to change this, we go to the tablet view on the customizer of the theme, and we'll change the font size to be a little bit smaller. So let's try the 14 pixel. And it does not change really much, so let's go down again with the 13 pixel. Okay, I think that is what I want. So let's click on Save Draft. Then let's switch to the desktop view for the both settings in Customizer and the Media Devices controls. Then let's go back to the Colors and Typography, and we'll move to the header and title. For our site title font, we'll choose the font family to have the sans serif. Then for the site descriptions, which is this, we'll change the font family to be sans serif as well. Leave everything else as they are. Click on Save Draft button. Then let's go back again, and we'll go to the main menu settings. So these are our main menu, and we'll change the font family as well. Again, for the font family, we want to have sans serif. Then click on Save Draft button. Then we go back and let's go to the widget settings. So these are our widgets, and for the widget titles, we want to choose sans serif as well. And for the variant, we'll choose 700. So it gets a little bit bolder. For the widget content, we'll choose the font family again to be sans serif and regular as variant. Then let's save it. Now we go back again, and we're going to edit the footer widgets. So our footer widgets will be located in this area, but because we are now currently not having any footer widget content, therefore we do not see anything. We just see the footer text. However, to be consistent with the whole content, we want to also change the font family. So let's go to the footer widgets to see the settings. So for our footer widgets, for the font and widget titles, we'll change both of the font family to be sans serif quickly. Then for the widget title, we'll choose 700 as its variant. Let's save these settings with clicking on the Save Draft button. Let's go back to Colors and Typography. Now we are done with the Colors and Typography setting. So next is we want to go back to the Customizer home menu, and we'll continue to customize other options here. Hi there, welcome back. In the last lesson, we've changed the settings on the Colors and Typography, and in this lesson, we're going to move on to the copyright settings. So let's click on the copyright options in this customizer. And now we see the copyright or footer content of this theme. So to see the content, let's go to the text tab of this text editor, and now we see the whole content of the current footer. So for example, if you do not want to have this current text, you can just select all of the content and delete them. However, if you like, you can also give the footer credits to the theme creator. So for now, I'll just leave the default text there, and then I'm going to add my own footer text. Right here, before everything else, using the theme provided shortcodes, I'm going to type in quickly the copyright symbol and then the current year, which will be updated automatically right before this current footer content. Then space, and I'll type in my site title, which is Save Earth, and then space. Then let's switch to the Visual tab, and now we see our custom footer text. Do not be worried if
this currently shows some weird characters here because it will show the correct formats later. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to give my site title a link, which is my homepage. So I'm just going to copy my homepage URL on my browser, and then with the site title selected, click on the link icon on the toolbar and paste the URL in. By clicking the gear icon or link options, you'll have the options to open this link in a new tab, but I do not want this for now, so I'm just going to click on Update button. Now in our footer, we do have our site title linked to our homepage URL and then a footer credit for the theme that we are using. Let's click on the Save Draft button to save all of this. Once it's saved, let's go back to our Customizer home and we'll go to the top bar setting. So this is our top bar. We do have text area number 1 section and then the icons group on the right side of our top bar. Down below, we'll find the text editor where we can edit the text area number 1. So right here, you can replace this address to your address and the telephone number to your phone number. So just select the text and replace with yours. For the icon setting, by default, it gives us 5 icons on the top. So you can use all of them if you like to, or for example, for this video, I'll remove the Google Plus icon and then the RSS icon as well. So first, I'll remove the icon number 4, so I collapse icon number 4 and click on Remove button. I'll do the same step with the icon 5. Next, we want to connect these icons to our social media pages. But before that, let's not to forget to save our setting. So to start configuring the icons, let's start with the icons number 1. By clicking the tab, now we are able to edit the icon. So icon number 1 is a Facebook icon. So we'll need our Facebook page URL. So let me quickly visit my Facebook page and I'll just copy my Facebook URL on my browser and then go to the URL of this icon setting and paste it in the input box of URL setting. So now when people visit your website and click this Facebook icon, they'll see your Facebook page. Let's save our draft. And then for the rest of the icons, basically you will need to do the same thing. So visit your social media page and you're going to copy and paste the URL to these 2 icons URL settings. So they were the text area number 1 and icons on the top bar settings. Now we'll go back to the Customizer home and we'll move on to the main menu. For the main menu settings, we'll need to try them out ourselves, especially how our theme will look like in the mobile view. We can check our theme on the mobile view again using the media control. So let's click on the mobile view, and this is how our main menu will look like on the mobile view. For this menu content on the mobile view, I encourage you to try yourself, so whenever you make changes, you can view them on your mobile device and then you'll see whether you like them or not. So this custom button is actually this. For the search button is this. And on canvas widgets area is actually this. So choose which menu that you want to have. For this video, I'll hide all of these 3 top bar fields. So I will click on the eye icon to hide and unhide them. So I'll hide all of them for now. So now I just have my website's menu item without the top bar fields. Then let's switch to the desktop view and click on Save Draft button. The next step, we go to the Customizer home and we go to the Site Identity setting. In the Site Identity setting, let's scroll down and find the logo setting. So let's click on Select Logo button to select our logo. To upload your logo, click on Upload Files button. Then click on Select Files. In the folders where I save my images, I'm going to select my logo image and click on Open button. I'll type the title, alt text and description and click on Select button. I'll skip the image cropping and now our logo shows in its location. Beneath the logo sections, we do have the options to display or not to display the site title and tagline. For now, I'll hide the site title and tagline. The next section is for the site icon. So let's click on the Select Image button, and I'll choose the logo to be my site icon. Again, type in title, alt text and descriptions, and click on Select button. I'll choose to skip the image cropping. Then let's click on the Save Draft button. Then we'll go to Customizer Home and navigate to Menu Setting. In the menu sections, we see that currently we only have one menu that is called Main Menu, which is located on the top navigation of our website. And because we want to configure this menu settings differently than what we have right now, so we'll edit the menus later on the back end. However, it is also important to know that our menus configuration is also available on the theme customizer. So let's go back to our menus and then back to Customizer Home. And because we do not need to edit the widgets, homepage settings, and additional CSS at this point, so we are practically done with setting up this theme customizer settings. So to publish our customizations of this theme, let's click on the gear icon again, and in the action sections, we're going to choose on Publish and click on Publish button. Let's close the customizer. And now we see our customizations on our front end of our website. Hello there, welcome back. In the last lesson, we've already set up some settings in our theme customizer. In this lesson, we are going to start to edit our homepage content. However, before we jump into that, we'll need to remove all of the demo contents that we've just installed in the previous lesson because we do not need them anymore. So the first step is let's go to our dashboard by hovering our site title on the top and choose on Dashboard. Then we'll hover on Post and select on All Posts. Now we see the list of our posts, which are actually demo posts, and we want to delete all of them. So same with the previous lesson, select on the checkbox next to the title label to delete them all. Then in the Bulk Actions drop-down menu, we'll choose on Move to Trash. Click on Apply button. Then let's go to the trash. And because we do not want to keep this demo post on our trash, we're going to delete them permanently as well. So check on the checkbox next to title label, and in the Bulk Actions drop-down menu, choose on Delete Permanently. We do not want to fill up our database with unnecessary posts. Then click on Apply button to delete them permanently. So now the demo posts are all gone, which we wanted. And next we go to Categories under the post. By installing the default demo Futurio earlier, we do have the two categories that the theme demo gave us. And now we want to delete these two categories. So we're going to select these two categories, which are blog and news. And then in the Bulk Actions drop-down, we'll choose on Delete and click on Apply button. So now we'll just have the uncategorized WordPress default category. Next, we move on to the tags under the post. Same with the categories, we're going to select all of these tags. So check on the checkbox next to the name label, and then in the Bulk Actions, choose on Delete and click on Apply button. Now, the next exciting steps just begin. So let's hover on Pages and select on All Pages. In the list of our pages, we see some pages that have some labels, and we see pages that do not have. And what we want is we want to remove all of the pages that do not have labels, and we want to keep all the labeled pages. So these three have labels, so this one and this one. So any page here that does not have label, I'm going to delete all of them. So let's review this page again that we do want to delete, that has no labels. Then Bulk Actions, move to Trash, click on Apply. And go to the trash.
select all of them bulk actions, delete permanently, and click on Apply button. Now that we have cleaned up our website from the unused posts or pages, the next thing that we want to do is configuring our menu of our website. So let's hover on the appearance and select on menus. So in the previous lesson, you remember that our top navigation menu is called main menu. And this is the main menu contents. So let's take a look at our website's front end. And this is our main menu looks like on the front end. So the next thing that we want to do is moving the News tab before the Contact tab, and we'll remove the Page Layouts tab. So let's go back to our dashboard again to our main menu, then click on Page Layouts, the menu that we want to delete, and click on Remove button. Then we also want to move the News tab before the Contact tab. To save this menu structure, click on Save Menu button. So let's refresh our website's front end. Now we see that the Page Layout tab is no longer in our menus, and we have our News tab located right before the Contact tab. Just exactly what we have wanted. Hi there, welcome back. So now it's time for us to start editing our homepage content. So the first sections is our website sections that has a call to action button and also a background image and also the content area. And we want to edit this. This Futurio demo website is built with Elementor plugin. We can see all of our website pages that were created by Elementor plugin on our dashboard. So let's go to our dashboard. Then we'll hover on Pages and go to All Pages. And now we see the pages that were created by Elementor plugin. Those pages are labeled with Elementor. To edit our WordPress website pages that were created by Elementor plugin, we can use this Edit with Elementor link in our back end of our website or in the front end. So let's go to our front end of our website. So on the top admin bar, you'll see Edit with Elementor link to edit a specific page with Elementor plugin. So this time, let's click on this Edit with Elementor link. So now, the Elementor customizer is ready to use to edit our content. For our homepage at the moment, we would like to change the text that says business. So if you hover on that area, you will see the pencil icon. So click on that pencil icon to edit the content. And then in the advanced text block, we are able to edit the content. So let me type my content quickly. So say now this is my content, and I'll go to the Style tab on the top. And I want to change the text color. I'll choose green color, and I'll play the slider to find the green color that I want. Still in the typography, let's click on the pencil icon to change some settings. So I would like to increase the font size of this text. So play around with the slider or enter the exact value. So let's try 20, and then I'll change the color again to find a color that matches with the current font size. From the Style tab, let's go to the Advanced tab. Right here, when you click on the desktop icon, you will see the mobile icon. So let's click that to view our website in a mobile device. Our text looks fine as well in a mobile device, and that is very important because you also want to design your site to look good on a mobile device as well. So let's switch back to the desktop view. And the next thing that we want to do now is editing the text that has typing effect here. So let's click on the pencil icon to edit this text, and we'll change the before text. I'll type my own, and then I'll replace these 3 written texts with my own text quickly. I'll leave the after text and writing speed as they are. You can play around with the slider of writing speed if you want to make faster or slower. However, I would like to change the delay timer to be 3000 milliseconds, so a little bit faster than now. You can also disable or enable this loop writing effect. Then with the headline content, I'll move to the headline style. Right here, I want to change the text color, and I'll change the color to be a little bit grayish. After the headline, I'll move to the text beneath the headline. Again, by clicking the pencil icon, we can replace the content with our own. I'll also leave the style and advanced settings of this text as they are. Next, we'll move on to the button. So, on the button sections, click on the pencil icon to edit the button. For this button, I'll replace the read more text with my own text. Then, because it is a button, I also want to add link. So on the link sections, I'm going to start typing contact. I'm going to link this button to my contact page. When I wanted to type contact, Elementor detects my contact page. So I'm just going to select the contact page on this drop-down menu. Now my button is linked to the contact page of my website. Then we also have the link options on the gear icon here. If you want to have this link to open in a new window. So I want this link to be opened in a new window. You can also add the icon for the button if you want to. But for now, that was my button content, and now I will move to the button style. For our button, by default, if we hover on this button, we'll have the grow animation. For this video, I would like to have my button does not have any hover animations. So on the hover tab, I'll go to hover animation and delete the grow animation. This will remove any hover animations of my button. Oops, we were on hover setting. So now when I hover on my button will not have any hover animation, exactly what I want. So let's say now we would like to have this button to have a bigger font size. So let's go to Typography, and then we'll increase the font size or type our custom value. So say 20 pixel. So now our button has a bigger font size. So that's it. We've customized the first sections of our website. Now if we click on the Save Options button in the Elementor Customizer, we do have two options to save draft and save as template. For now, let's click on the Update button to save all of our customization. Then let's close the Elementor Customizer to see the sections that we've customized just now in our website. This is our button that is linked to our contact page, and we'll move on to the next sections of our homepage content. Hi there, welcome back. In the last lesson, we've learned how we can customize our first sections of our homepage in the Futurio theme. In this lesson, we're going to move on to the next sections. So let's collapse back our Elementor Customizer window and then scroll down. Now we see our services sections. So let's click on the pencil icon next to text to edit this element. For this text in the Advanced Text Block Editor, I'm going to replace our services text with my own text. Then for this text style, we'll edit the typography. So click on the pencil icon next to typography and we'll decrease the weight to 700. So for now, I'll keep this font weight. Then we'll move to the next sections that has many columns. So let's start with the first column by clicking the pencil icon to edit this column. So I'll type in my title and will replace the icon so you can search an icon based on a keyword. For this example, I would like to have a book icon, so I'll search for a book, and there it is, a book icon. Then we'll edit the descriptions of this column. I would also like to change the color of the elements of this column. So let's go to the style. First, I would like to change the primary color of this icon, and I would like to have this icon having the green color like our first green element on the top. So let's go to that element again. Let's go to this element properties of the style and copy the color, which is the green color. And I'll open my text editor. Then I'll save our homepage first section element green color palette code into this text editor. Then let's go back to our homepage second sections that we wanted to edit. Navigate to the Style tab and choose on Icon, Primary Color. And let's paste our green color palette code
that we've just copied from the homepage first sections just now. Still in the icon properties, if you go to hover tab, you will be able to see the hover animations. So for example, if you do not want to have your button to have grow hover animation, then you can disable this. Or if you like, you can also choose any other hover animation for this icon. For now, I'll leave the icon hover animation as is. However, I would like to change this column descriptions text to be a little bit darker. To do that, let's close our icon options and then let's go to the content option. Let's scroll down to the descriptions, click on color, and choose our preferred color. Once I find my color, I'll copy the color palette code because we need to apply the same color to our other two columns next to the first one. Again, I'll save this color palette code into my text editor. So I'll type in for what color this is so that we will not be confused. Next, we want to edit the second column. So select second column and click on the pencil icon. And let's type our own title. Then let's replace the icon. Say we want to replace this icon with the heart icon. Then we'll type in the descriptions quickly as well. Next, we want to change the icon color, so let's go to the Style tab and let's choose on the primary color for the icon. And for the green color code, let's copy from our text editor and paste the code right in here. Next, we want to change the text color as well, so let's collapse back the icon and open the content section. Again, go to the descriptions and let's change the color with our color code from text editor for the text. Alright, now let me repeat the same steps again with our third column on the second sections of our homepage quick. Alright, now we are done customizing the second sections of our homepage. Let's not to forget to click on the update button in Elementor Customizer. Hello there, welcome back. In the last lesson, we've customized our second sections of our homepage content. In this lesson, we're going to move on to the third sections of our homepage. So these third sections, the first thing that we want to do is we want to change this bluish background. So select the sections and let's go to Style. To change the background, we'll need to change the color and second color. So first, for the first color, let's choose the really dark green. Then for the second color, let's copy the green color code from our previous lessons from our text editor. So say this is my preferred color and I'm going to make this green color a little bit darker. Say now I would like to keep these two colors combination. Next, we would like to edit the two lines of this paragraph. So I'll replace the two lines of this text with my own. For this text block, I'll change the style setting. So let's go to the Style tab and then Typography. And I would like to change the opacity. And excuse me, it's not in the typography, but it's in text color. In this text color setting, I would like to adjust the opacity of this text, like almost 50% opacity. Then I'll replace the second paragraph of the sections with my own text. Same with the first paragraph, I would also like to change the opacity of the text color. Lastly, we would also like to change the button. So select the button and replace the text with your own. Then for the link, I want to link this button to my contact page. Also, in the link options, I'll choose Open in a new window. I'll leave the other settings as they are and I'll move on to the Style tab. For our button, we'll change the hover properties. So I choose the green color with our green color code from the earlier lesson. So let's copy the color palette code from our text editor and paste it in here. Then I'll remove the border. So let's choose on None on border type setting. Now we have a simple hover button. And next is I want to go to Normal tab and I'll change the text color to our green color code from our text editor. And now we have a nice, clean yet functional button. So the third section is done. Now we'll move on to the next section, which is the section that has 3 counters. So let's select the first counter. For the ending number, I'll type in 4, and for the title, I'll replace the text with offices. For the second one as well, I'll change the title text and I'll change the ending number of this counter. The third one as well, I'll replace the title and the ending number. We are done with the counter section, so let's not forget again to click on the update button. When it's updated, let's move on to the next sections, which by default it is about the theme of your project. However, for this video, I'm going to delete the sections because we want to convert the next sections to be the sections that shows your theme or who behind your project. Thank you so much for still being here with me and being patient until we've reached this far. Take care of yourself and see you in the next lesson. Hey there! In this lesson, we are going to work with our 5th sections of our homepage. So by default, this section is used to show the customers' reviews. However, we would like to convert these sections to show the people behind our project. So basically about us section. Let's edit the first text block. So select the block and we'll replace the text block content with our own text. Then let's go to the Style tab, click on Typography, and we'll change the weight to 700. Then we'll move to the next text block and we'll replace the content with our own text as well. Move on to the next sections. We do have 3 columns, and for each column, if we click on the pencil icon, we are able to edit the content, replace the image with yours, type in your name, and replace the title with yours. Then repeat each steps for the 2 next columns. Once it's done, let's move on to the next sections, which says our client. Select this text block and let's replace the content. Again, with the Our Sponsors text selected, we'll go to the Style tab and click on the Typography and we'll decrease the weight to 700. Beneath the Our Sponsors text, I'll change the text as well. Then the next sections, we do have many logo or images and basically say these are the logos of our sponsors. And when you click on the pencil icon of each column, you'll be able to choose another image or even add a link to this image to a website. Once our sponsor sections is done, let's move on to the next sections, which is the contact section. Not different with the other sections, in the contact section, you can just select each section and edit the content. For example, I can edit this contact text and then the phone number as well as the address. For the Google Map, if you click on the pencil icon, you will see the location input box where you can type on your location. You can also play around with the zoom and height slider. Alright, so it seems that we have done our customization of our homepage content. So let's click on the Update button to save all of our customization. So let's hide our Elementor customizer and let's take a look on our homepage. Now we have a nice homepage with the dynamic footer text as well as the theme credit. And it seems that I forget to change the background of our first sections, excuse me. So to change the background image, let's open our Elementor editor again, and then we go to Style, and we are still on the map. So let's select the sections that has background image and come back to Style tab, and now we'll be able to choose our own image. To replace the image, you can either upload your own files or choose one of your images in your media library. For example, I'll choose one of my image on my media library. A good practice, type your title, all text and descriptions, and click on Insert Media. So let's say I'm going to use this image, so let's save our configuration, click on Update button. Let's hide the Elementor customizer for now and take a look on our website. we have a button. When people click this button, they will land to our contact page. Alternatively, what we can do with this button is we're going to target the specific sections of this page. For example, the contact sections. So let's go quick to our contact section. To target these contact sections with our button, we need to give an ID to this section. So select this section and we'll go to Advanced Setting. And then in the CSS ID input box, we'll type in our own ID. I'll call it contact-home. So let's click on Update button now. Then let's go back to our button. In the content and in the link sections, we'll type in # and then our contact ID, which is contact-home. So # contact-home. So let's click on the Update button. And now let's try our button. When people click this button, they'll see our contact section. So next, what we want to do is edit the second button, which is the Join Us button. So let's open our Elementor editor again. Click the section and select the button to edit the button. And let's go to the Content button and we'll replace the link with the # contact-home again. And then click on Update button. Let's hide the customizer and try the button. And now we have the same effect for our two buttons. And the next thing that I seem to forget is the social media icon beneath the map. And I'm sorry for that. So to edit the social icon, open the Elementor customizer again. And by clicking the pencil icon, you'll see the social icons content. Right here, you can edit each one of them. For example, the first one, the Facebook. We have the Facebook icon, and then you're going to put the link, which is your Facebook page, like we've done it in the earlier lesson. Alternatively, you can also remove the social icons content. Just right-click the block and select on Delete button. Once you're done with your customization, please do not forget to click Update button. Hi there, welcome back. So in the last lesson, we've set up our homepage and its content. In this lesson, we are going to move on to our About page. So first of all, we need to exit the Elementor Customizer window. So let's open Elementor Customizer. And then on the main menu of Elementor Customizer, select on View Page. So this is our website front end. And we want to visit About page. That we can do by clicking the About tab on our top navigation menu. So this is the About Us page of the Futurio default demo that we've installed. And to edit the content of About page, we're going to click on the Edit with Elementor button on the top admin bar. Then, same with our homepage content, we can start editing the content of our page. For example, for the About Us title, you can replace it if you like to in this title text editor. I'll leave mine as is. Beneath the page title, we have the divider. So when we click the pencil icon, we can see that it's a divider, and I would like to change the color. So click on color and I'll copy and paste the green color palette code that we've saved earlier, but I would like to have my green color a little bit lighter. Then the next paragraph, I would like to replace with my own text. Alright, so the next section we do have 3 columns of social media icon boxes. So let's edit the first icon box. It's a Facebook icon box. If you like, you can change the icon, the view, and other setting here, as well as the link to make this icon box clickable. So I'll paste my Facebook page URL in the link section. I'll also check the Open in New Window checkbox, as we've done it in the earlier lesson. Then I'll also change this Facebook descriptions text. Now you can repeat the steps for these 2 social media icon boxes. So once we are done, let's scroll up. And we would like to change the background of this section. So click the sections, go to Style tab, and click on the image to upload file. So I'm going to upload my file. Click on Select Files, choose my image, and click on Open button. Then, not to forget to put the title, all text and descriptions, and click on Insert Media button. and I'll change the position to be center left to show the cute dog. Once we are done, let's move on to the next section, which is the Our Creative Theme section. So select these sections and we'll go to the Style tab and we'll change the background color to have the dark green color. This section is very self-explanatory. You can replace the images with your own as well as the title text. For the last sections that has many logos, say now I do not want to have this on my About page, so I'll remove these sections by clicking the X button. To save our customizations on our About Us page, let's click on the Update button. Hi there, welcome back. So now that we are done with our About Us page, we want to move on to the News page. However, we are still in the Elementor Customizer, so let's open the Elementor Customizer window. Click on the main menu and then select on View Page. So this is how people see our About Us page. Let's now move on to the News page. So click on the News page tab on the top and we should see no post on our news or blog page. And that is because we've deleted all of the default posts that WordPress and Futurio demo theme gave us. So to create our first post, hover on the plus new button on the admin bar on the top while we are logged in as a user that has the ability to post and select on post. This will bring us to our post editor. So I'm going to disable these tips. And for the post, I encourage you not to create every of your posts with Elementor plugin. So back to the WordPress default post editor, let's type in the title and then the example content, for example, a paragraph. So say now I'm done creating my first post. So let's click on Publish button to publish this post. WordPress 5 or newer will ask us again if you are ready to publish the post. If you want to disable this message, you can uncheck these options. Yes, I want to publish. Now our site is published. Let's view posts in the front end by clicking the View Post link. So this is our brand new created post that we've just typed in earlier. And now if we go to the News page, we are now having our new post listed here. So every post that you created will be listed on the News page or the blog page that will hold your recent post. Alright, so now we are done with the News page and let's move on to the Contact page. Let's click our Contact tab menu bar. And now we see our current default contact page. To edit the contact page, other than clicking the Edit with Elementor with our top menu bar, we can actually take a look in the WordPress dashboard. So click on Edit Page on the top. This will bring us to the WordPress default page editor. And because our contact page is created with Elementor plugin, so there is an Edit with Elementor button. If we click this button, we will see the same page as if we would click the Edit with Elementor on the front end earlier. So this is our contact page content. Now to edit this Google Maps sections, we want to open the Elementor Navigator. So right beneath all of the Elementor options, we do have many buttons on the bottom of the customizer, and there is the Navigator icon. Click this Navigator icon and you'll now have the Navigator dialog box. If you click on the each sections, you'll see the content of your page. So for this map, click on Sections and then click on Column and you'll find Google Map content. Now you'll be able to change this Google Maps location. So in the location input box, type in your current location or any location that you want to show on your contact page and modify zoom or height or even prevent scrolling options if you like to. Let's move on to the next sections, which is an inner sections that has 3 columns. If you click on these sections, you'll be able to modify each column. If you wish to remove one of the column, just right-click the column and select on Delete button. Next, we'll go to Social Icon section. Same with the previous lesson, in the Social Icon sections, you can modify your social icons. So for example, the first icon is Facebook. When you click on the Facebook on the customizer, you'll be able to add your Facebook page link. Right here, you can also remove some social icons that you do not want, just by clicking on the cross button. Also, you'll be able to choose the shape.
So say now I'm going to choose on square shape. Now my social icons have the square shape. Next, I want to go to the Style tab. Then I'll go to the Icon Hover section. Here, I would like to disable the hover animation, so let's click on the cross button next to the grow label. So now when I click on these icons, they do not grow while I'm hovering on them. That is what I want. Then I would also like to change the color, so click on the primary color and click on clear button. So now when we hover them, they have the original colors of their brands. To change this icon gray colors, go to the icon, and for the color, let's choose on official color. Now we have our social icons with original colors before or on hover state. To save all of our customizations, click on Update button. Then let's go to the Elementor main menu on the top and select on Exit to Dashboard. Then let's click on our front page by clicking on the Visit Site button. Congratulations, you have your WordPress website set up. To view how our visitors view our website, let's copy our URL and in Chrome, select on File and select New Incognito window. Paste our URL in. And now we'll see our website the way how our visitors view our website. To really finish our website, let's go to our dashboard. Now that we are done with our front end of our website, the next thing we want to do is we want to add our privacy policy page. So to do that, let's go hover on Pages and click on All Pages button. Then right here, we go to privacy policy page that is still in a draft state. So hover on that page and click on Edit button. Basically, this privacy policy page is explaining about your privacy policy for your visitors or website audiences. If you think you need to change this content, then you can do so editing some of this content. If necessary, consult with legal authorities in your area. Once you are ready with your privacy policy content, click on Publish button. And yes, I want to publish this page. Now our privacy policy is live, so let's view page. This is our privacy policy page. So now that we have our privacy policy page, we want to add privacy policy page on our WordPress website footer. So let's go to Customize button. Then we would like to add this privacy policy page link on our footer. To do so, let's scroll down and find our copyright section. Right here, we want to add our privacy policy page link somewhere, maybe right after any content here. So what we're going to do is going to the Text tab, and after every content, hit space and then put your pipe sign, which I believe on the Mac you can click on Alt and then 7 letters, or alternatively you can just put the dash. But now I want to put the pipe, so hold my Alt key and 7 key, and now I have the pipe character. And then I'm going to type in my text, for example like this. Then go to the visual again and select this our privacy policy text and put the insert link, and we're going to type in privacy, and WordPress will detect our privacy policy page. Select that page, click on the link options, and I want to open this page in a new tab. Click on Update button. So now our privacy policy page link is on our footer. Great. The next thing that we want to fix is this widget area. So let's click on the G icon first and click on Save Draft, click on Save Draft. Then let's go back to our widgets. There it is. And our widgets is in the sidebar, and this content is actually on the sidebar. So we have search button here. If you want to keep it, you can just keep it, but I would like to remove some widgets, for example, like the meta. So go to the meta and remove this widget. Now this meta widget is gone. I also want to just have one search widget, so I'll remove the last search widget. Alright, so the recent comments, archives, and categories will be populated with your content once you've created your post. So now click on the cheer icon again, and I want to publish this, and click on Publish button. And let's close our customizer. Now our widgets area are cleaner, and also if we go to our footer area, we do have our privacy policy page. Great, and we also have any other menu here. So let's go back to our dashboard. Alright, so now we've set up our website, we've created contents for our website. Now it's time for us to let search engines indexing our website. In order to do so, in our WordPress admin dashboard, in the admin menu bar on the left side, hover on Settings, choose on Reading. In the Reading setting, scroll down until you see Search Engine Visibility. We'll uncheck this setting and click on Save Changes button. So now, we encourage search engines to index our site. Congratulations with your new website, and thank you so much for watching this video so far. Take care of yourself and see you around. Goodbye for now.